What's up guys, welcome back to another video, welcome back to my channel. I've realized that I didn't do a proper intro for this video, but yeah, this is pretty much my intro. Follow me on my quail hatching experience for the first time. So why don't we head into that cinematic with the budgies and all, and then we're heading straight to the when I started it all. So let's do it. So this is our first project of the year and I can't wait to actually, get started. As you have already seen from the title and thumbnail, we are going to be hatching quail eggs. Now, this is the beginning. This is my first time doing, so can't wait to try it out. I did get some quail eggs, not from the internet, but from my auntie. I am filming this on the same day that we picked up the new budgies, so hence the reason why I'm kind of dressed the same or look the same. But yeah, this is first time I'm gonna hatch out quail eggs, so let's give it a try. I did buy my incubator from Amazon, so if you guys want to check out which incubator I'm be using, links will be down below for the Amazon incubator, and let's test it out and see how it goes. So right here we've got our incubator, and something pretty cool I really like with now is that it comes with manual and how to use, how to hatch, eggs and low temperature, alarm settings, heat, bag difference and all sorts, egg turning, time settings and all. This is pretty handy, and also it comes in various languages such as French, Dutch, I think, Spanish and all sorts. So yes, that's going to help a lot regarding on how to hatch. So here's the incubator. Well, this insulation doesn't come off, so I thought it came off, but it doesn't. Oh, and it also comes with like tips, type of egg, breeding egg and all, sterilization, alarm indicator, and I think this is actually from the actual company, so that's a cool thing to do as well. But here is the incubator. It comes with rollers, so it does turn. As you can see right here, here's some of the rollers and all. And it's cool. So the first thing we are going to do is we actually forgive me if the sound is not the best, I'm filming on my phone. First thing we're going to do is connect this up and see if everything is working, see if the alarm's working, the light, the candle is working. And everything seems to be working, which is a plus. Let's turn this around so we can actually see properly. The light is working, all good. I'm going to set this to 38 degrees. Now we're going to obviously be hatching quails. So we're going to set this to 38 degrees and we're going to let this get up to temperature before we actually start putting the eggs inside and all. So the temperature has reached 37.9, so we're pretty much ready to put the eggs in. But before we do, we're actually going to show you the eggs. So here are the eggs, quail eggs. There is some white quail eggs as well. I'm not sure if it's albino, but yeah, these are the eggs that I got, and we're hatching. Well, we got 11 eggs. Now the reason we've got 11 eggs is maybe because some may not be fertile and we may end up having 4 and 5, and even if we do have more than what we want, we can always rehome them or just sell them or something like that, but it doesn't really matter. But we're going for these guys right here. We're going to attempt to hatch these guys. It's my first time. Quail eggs are the easiest, possibly the easiest species to hatch out, so why don't we give it a try? The only downside about this incubator is that there's no humidity sensor or panel, so I had to buy this separate. So the ideal humidity for hatching out quail eggs is between 30% to 40, and we are getting 27% just as it is. So we might have to add a little bit of water just to get those percentages up, but other than that, why don't we start putting the eggs in? And the ideal way to put the eggs in is to actually put it face down, which is what I read in the internet. If I am doing it wrong, please let me know down in the comments below. It is my first time, so bear with me giving this a try. So yeah, let's quickly do this. So we have actually just put the eggs right here, as you can see. Temperatures are okay, humidity is okay. This is obviously still beeping, it needs to get up to 37 or 38 degrees. But other than that, once that has done, incubating has officially started. So I'll update you guys during the weeks that, I don't know how long it takes, but I know it takes by day 15 you are meant to stop the rolling of the eggs, and humidity levels should be higher than normal. So I'll update you guys during the days to come, and we'll see how the eggs are getting on and how everything's going. But yeah, this is day 1. I'll see you guys on day 3 or 4 whenever I film. So it's the 10th day of incubation, and as you can see, the weather isn't the greatest today here in the UK. It's actually raining, and I've just come from a bike ride. But before we check on the eggs and see how they're doing, we are going to head into the shed and we're going to show you the budgies and see how they're doing. So let's roll. So now that's done, the turtles are doing great. I changed the water yesterday, so they are all alive. Sun has been coming out pretty much here in the UK, but today is just this cloudy weather. But I have seen them sunbathing, which is always a good sign. But why don't we head inside into the incubator and see how these eggs are doing. So here we are in the kitchen, and as you can see, the incubator is at 37.8 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature for these eggs. Now it is the 10th day, soon it will be the 15th day, and on the 15th day we are meant to pump up the humidity to around 70, 80 or 60, 70. I need to double check that, but the correct figures will be right here on the screen. Right now we are actually at 35, which is the correct humidity percentage for the first few days of incubation. But from day 15, which should be on the 3rd of April, should be the humidity should be pumped up to around 60, 70. The correct figures again will be down here on this screen. I need to double check. I haven't got a phone on me at the moment, but yes, I have candled them, and most of them are fertile. I can't say all of them will hatch because it is my first time. I don't know if I'm doing things correctly, but by the looks of each egg, especially the white one, everything's going great. All of them are, have life inside, and they're just waiting to hatch. So this week we'll be buying the feed for them. It's normal pellets, but I'll take you along, probably not in the shop, but I'll show you which diet I will be feeding them in the young stages. But we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. It's day 10, and I'll keep you guys updated on day 13 and day 15. So I'll see you then. Yes, it's day 13 of incubation, and I've pumped the humidity up to 50-60%, and this will make the hatchlings hatch easier, meaning that the shell will be more soft, let's say, and it will become easier for the chicks to hatch out. But before we do it, we've got some egg and we're gonna feed the budgies. The budgies' eggs should be hatching soon as well, so we got the quails and we also got these guys, little chicks coming out. So this month is quite a busy month when it comes to chicks. Why don't we hop inside? Let's go. So the supports have now come in. As you can see, they are ready to go. So why don't we pop this one in here? There you go, buddies. And they'll all start to pop in, as you can see. There they are. It's their favorite snack. And it's also healthy when you're breeding budgies to give them a boiled egg, especially for the females, because they obviously take in a lot of calcium when producing the eggs. So adding eggs and giving them eggs is going to help the female a lot. So yeah, I would recommend you doing that. So as we're walking into to see the incubator. Oh, and by the way, the upcoming project right there. Subscribe. Well, that's why I say subscribe. Follow my Instagram and all. But that's not what I wanted to say. Well, that's what I wanted to say, but I also wanted to add on something. Like a little motivation to you guys, if you're wanting to try these kinds of projects out, hatching and all sorts, you are able to do it. I just wanted to motivate you guys. If you guys are really wanting to hatch, get yourself the cheapest incubator. It doesn't have to be the most expensive. Sometimes the cheapest is better, and sometimes the cheapest works. So I just wanted to motivate you guys. If you're wanting to hatch quails, chickens, whatever, whatever it is, do your research. It's easy. Just do your research, have the correct equipment, have the correct technique, and you'll be successful. Hopefully it's day 13. I can't guarantee all the birds will hatch, but by the looks, it looks like we're gonna have some cool chicks. But if I can do it, you can do it. And yeah, that's a little motivation I want to give you guys if you're wanting to do these kinds of adventures, projects, all sorts. Yeah, you're able to do it. So don't be hanged up by, oh, what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong. If it goes wrong, you learn from your mistakes. But anyways, let's go and see the eggs. So as you can see, all the rollers are out. This is what makes the eggs turn and all, and on day 15 you are meant to take these out, and the eggs should be settled in at the bottom without being turned, and yeah, ready for the chicks to hatch pretty much. We are there, 37.8 degrees Celsius. It's set to 38, but obviously keeps regulating to it goes to 38 and then it comes back down, not by much though, only, you see, back to 38, and humidity is 63, which is perfect for these last couple of days. Now the only downside again about this incubator is that you have to keep filling up, and I think that's the case for all incubators anyway. So but yeah, it's doing great. We are going to candle the eggs in just a moment, but if we take a look in here, don't want to open it too much. As you can see, all the eggs are laid down on their side, which is obviously going to make it easier for the chicks to hatch. But why don't we head over and turn this light off and candle the eggs? So I'm only going to candle a few. I don't want to really mess with the temperature and opening and closing it, so I'm going to candle about 3, 2-ish. This incubator does come with a light, so eggs just sits here, and then you can turn whatever and then check it out. Sometimes the light doesn't really work properly, because when you put the egg here on top, you can see that the surrounding light, as you can see from the plastic right here. So if you cover that up, you can still see, and it's a bit blurry, but you can work with it, which is the most important. But let's open this and then candle some eggs for you guys. So I am actually doing this with one hand, so bear with me. Just take this one here. So I'm just taking random eggs and just check on them. And I don't know if it's gonna focus. So as you can see right there, top part of the egg is dark and the bottom part of the egg is light, is where the light's going through, and that indicates that this one is fertile 100% and it's on its last days. So that's a good one right there. Why don't we pop him back inside and check on the others. So right here, this is another egg, and if we have a turn right here, obviously the darker ones are much difficult to tell, but there is a little bit of light going through the bottom, and the top is completely dark, which suggests this one is also fertile and has a chick inside. Sorry about the camera angle, but I can't really do anything about it. This one's a definite good one right here. Lastly, we've got a white egg right here, and this one is also fertile. There's the chick right there. I don't really know if you can see it, but this one's also fertile, which is also a good sign. Can't wait to see this one. This is what from a white quail, so yeah, we're gonna have some pretty good colors, that's for sure. But yeah, that's some of the eggs right there, as you've seen. And obviously I'll do the rest, but obviously I don't really want to mess with the temperature and all sorts. But yeah, we got good signs. All of them are good signs. Looks like we are going to have quite a few chicks. Obviously I can't keep them all because of the, as you know, if for those who watch my videos, the size and the space is very limited there. But there's always a but in my videos, because if we have a look here, once again, sneak peek right there, we are doing something cool, possibly expanding, possibly, don't know where that is gonna head, but I am filming a video for it. So I'm filming 3 videos at a time here, so hence the reason why the videos are coming not weekly but a few days after, you know, the last one is posted, because I am very busy with work and obviously doing filming 3 things at the same time, which is my weekly videos. We got 2 projects up and running. One is nearly finished, which is this one. You're seeing it now. This one's completely finished, which is the hatching of the eggs. But then we got that one starting up soon. And yes, all I can say is you should subscribe, not because I want subscribers, but because if you want to see great content, if you want to see better videos, then your subscribes and your likes and your views and your engagements help us a lot. Not just me, but obviously the animals, the channels, and you as well, because you're actually wanting to know a bit more of what I do. So that's why I suggest hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because it's going to allow you to be notified whenever I make an upload. Sometimes I do uploads randomly, sometimes I do 2 uploads in a week, and yeah, hence the reason why I'm saying, you know, hit the notification button, hit that like button. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see more. I've got a pond here for those who are new, but I'll obviously explain more about when the chicks hatch. So we'll see you on day 15 when the chicks hatch. Well, it's now day 15, and why don't you have a look at this video? Yes, we've got some movement on the eggs, which is super exciting, and the eggs is cracked. So yeah, we're basically there with one of the chicks. Now, what we have to do is, once the chicks hatch, obviously I'm going to leave it in there for what, 10-20 minutes, just for him to get settled. But in the meanwhile, whilst we are doing this, we have to set up a tub to put them in, because obviously they're not going to stay in there. We have to set up their food, water, and make sure you have a heat source in the box. Now in my case, I'm going to use this old plastic box, which I'm not using anymore. This is where I had all my storage from when I had the previous setup with the shed. But yeah, I'm going to be using that, putting a heat lamp on it and some shavings, food, water for them to drink and eat, obviously. But yes, time has come. This project's nearly at the end, but it's not the last chick, that's for sure. The egg is cracked halfway, so we are really nearly there. It is Wednesday, it is the 6th of April, and we have our first chicks on the eggs. It is currently 4:10 p.m. and by the next hour or so the chicks should have hatched. That's why we have to get ourselves ready with that box right there and set up this small temporarily enclosure for them, or whatever you want to call it, so that they start getting used to the environment and start eating on their own. So why don't we start doing that? So first thing we do, sorry if the audio is bad, we got a lot of wind here in the UK, which is no new news for us anyways. But the first thing we want to do is we're going to fill this up exposure with chips, and it can really be any wood chips, any kind of soft layer for the birds, bearing in mind that when birds are young, any type of bird really, they need soft material just so it helps them a little bit, it doesn't injure them and all. So we have to dig in and get this, which is the wood chip shavings. You can get this at any pet shop, any wood factory that does wood chips. It's completely safe for budgies and livestock such as quails, in my example. So yeah, we're going to fill this up, and we're going to then go move on to the food and water, and then lastly but not least, the heat source for these birds. Let's do it. And literally what you want to do is you want to grab a couple of handfuls and obviously not fill it up to the top, but create a small layer. It's just for them to settle in and lay down and just to collect poop. And also you don't want to build it too high because quails are jumpers and they do jump around, so I wouldn't recommend building it halfway. And it's also a waste of wood chips because you're obviously going to have to clean it weekly, or if not every 3 days, depends on how big your space is. And we've got our shavings here, so why don't we head back inside and see how things are going, and let me explain more of why I'm actually hatching, quails. So let's get into it. Sorry about the exposure once again. So the reason why I'm actually hatching quails is because one, it allows animals, I want some birds to be at the bottom of the cage, and we'll also want cleanup crew. Now quails do eat various things, from pellets to budgie seeds and from sometimes vegetables, if you train them to, which I am planning to anyways. But it's not because of that. As you know, I do boiled egg and I do soft food for my budgies. Now at the end of the week, we buy a pack of 6 eggs, 6 chicken eggs, and at the end of the week there's really nothing left. So, but the quails will allow us to have fresh eggs every day, or I don't know how often they lay eggs. I'm not sure, I still have to figure things out, but it will allow us to have fresh eggs for the budgies to make soft food and all, and then I'm able to obviously sell some eggs if I wanted to, and to hatch out more chicks in the future. Maybe I can get a different kind of quail and possibly crossbreed. I'm not sure how it works, but I'll obviously do my research before crossbreeding birds, any birds. So yeah, that's pretty much the simple reasons why I've decided to hatch out quails there. But the box is inside with all the shavings there. Now we're going to prepare some like little caps with water and food. Obviously I'm not going to put big ass chicken feed in there because why, it will take up the whole space and then the birds will have nowhere to actually move around. But we're going to figure out some small caps where I can put a small sized pellets for them to start eating, and obviously water. But yeah, let's hop into that. So we have actually found 2 old lids. So one is from like a jam can, let's say, and one is from like an old coffee box, glass thing. There is, and this one is going to be for the water, and this one for the food. Now I may cut this a little bit more. It's very important that you do not have deep dishes. This is because the chicks will be very small and they won't be able to reach down, and especially with the water, if you have a deep bowl of water, then they could possibly drown, which is obviously not good. But yeah, these are the two dishes that I'll be using for the food and water. You can really find anything. You can cut up a piece of plastic cup and make a small dish out of it. Really anything does it until they get older, and then you can move them onto a chicken feeder, which is more adequate for them anyways. I currently have a small GoPro in here in the incubator, so yes, the hatching is nearly there. So why don't we hop into that hatching footage right there.
Já tá quase.